We would like to thank our partners, Hercules Tires, Ticket Smarter, and Adidas. Now, back to the WAC podcast.
Welcome back to the WAC podcast. Kendra, Sheehan, Eric Danner, and we have Adam Tribble joining us, California Baptist University's men's and women's cross country coach. And the big championship meet is this weekend. Coach, the coaches poll came out and CBU picked to win both men's and women's titles. What would that mean to repeat? That's what you did last year.
Obviously we want to do the best that we can. Obviously the WAC is continued to just get better and better each and every year. And I think especially with these new teams that have joined us, this should be by far the highest level of competition in our now fourth year in the WAC.
Coach, as far as hosting goes this year, it's going to be at the UC Riverside complex, which I know is not too far from CBU, but how has that changed your coaching this year? Obviously, when you're on the road, all you have to worry about is your team and getting ready to run. But when you're hosting, maybe a few other duties kind of fall into your lap.
For sure. I think it means more when it's here. But I have to give huge credit to one of my assistants, Abby Stanley. She has really taken the bull by the horns and done a fantastic job of where she has done the blunt of the work with this. And so very appreciative for all that she and the administration have done to make this happen.
And you got to look at the course last invitational, the Highlander Invitational. What does that mean for the runners to have already had a look at the course and understand it better prior to the championship meet?
For sure. I think it really does help. I would say most of the WAC has been here at some point or another. It's a great course, and UCR does a great job of hosting. And I think having a more familiarity, if you will, with the course does help because it's a fast one. So.
Hey, Coach, we're very excited. This event is going to be live on ESPN Plus, knock on wood. Obviously, there's a lot of logistics involved there, and CBU has been very excited to put this on ESPN Plus. What is that going to mean for your cross country program and for cross country in the WAC this year?
Oh, I think it's great. Sometimes it's very difficult, especially for fans and for parents and those close to people to make it. The WAC is so spread out over the entire country. But I think having the opportunity for anybody and everybody just to be able to log on or click on and watch, I think that's a huge advancement for the WAC, for our sport, and just for getting it out there. They say if it wasn't online, if it didn't happen on TV, it never happened. So I think having the opportunity for people to be able to actually see it and see it in a well-produced manner is a great thing.
Certainly going to be exciting. You guys have had an impressive season. Men have almost won every single invite. Same with the women. At the pre-nationals meet in Tallahassee, that's Florida State's my alma mater. So I know exactly the course. My sister used to run cross country. So I know the course that you guys ran, but you faced a lot of tough competition. What was that meet able to teach both the men's and women's teams prior to this WAC championship?
For sure. That's the first time we've been in a meet of that caliber. And I think until you're out there and you have so many good people on the starting line go, you kind of don't know what you're in for. And so that was going to be, we've had a long-term process of getting ready, obviously, for next year when we're fully eligible for all postseason stuff. And this was like kind of the final pre-step for that, if you will, of really going out there and seeing the best of the best and getting a taste for it to be more prepared for the future.
Coach, you swept the WAC championships this past spring up in Seattle. Once again, the coaches predict you to sweep this year. The men's team in particular, as Kendra mentioned, is very good this year, winning 4 meets already and getting all the 12 possible first place votes. Who are some runners, if people are tuning in to ESPN Plus or going out to the meet, that they should keep an eye out for this Saturday?
Well, I think not only our people, I think there's a handful of very good guys this year that have a legitimate shot at winning. Obviously, Utah Valley has Britton Reynolds and Max Mahan. Lamar has a couple of guys, Eli, I don't exactly know how to say his last name, and Whittler. And then I think we have 4 guys that Saeed McCall and Ivo Balabanov, Giedras Valencius, and Floyd Lapalek. They all have, I think all of those guys could make a case that they should be somebody to be taken very seriously.
The women are in the hunt for their 4th straight WAC title. How have they looked this season? Do you feel like they're running at their fastest pace when it matters most?
Well, I mean, that's always the goal. I mean, obviously this is the most important meet for us. And this is the thing that we have, not just from a training standpoint, but also from just a focus and mentality standpoint. The WAC is what matters the most to us. And so we obviously want to put our best foot forward now, and especially being at home, it just even more enhances the great opportunity before us.
Coach, I happened to be out there a few years ago in Kansas City when you did have that perfect score from the women's team, and you've been so dominant. This is your 4th year. It's hard to believe that you're still in the transitionary period from Division II to Division I, looking for your 4th WAC championship already. What is it? Is there a fear factor? Is there a dominant trait here that the CBU women's cross country team maybe has over the rest of the league right now?
Well, I don't know about all that. I mean, I think the WAC is, like I said, it is so much better now than it was 4 years ago. And so, I mean, Utah Valley, they have a great team this year. They've got the best team that I've seen in the 4 years here. And obviously Abilene Christian, they have a very legitimate shot at making nationals this year. And obviously there's more than that, but I think especially those two teams, they've really elevated the level of the WAC. And I think that's exciting. And especially as we look forward to next year with Southern Utah joining, I think the cross-country status in the WAC is only going to continue to rise as teams just continue to get better and better each year.
Now, we talked about some male runners to look out for. Who are some of the female competitors this weekend that viewers tuning in to keep an eye out for?
I think Irene from Abilene Christian is definitely one to keep an eye on. She's had a great season. She got 3rd the other day at Arturo Barrios. I think Utah Valley has a couple of girls. I mean, they have a Maddie, a Maggie, a Mazzy, and then you throw Hannah Branch on top of that, and they have a young freshman named Kayla, who's also very, very good. I mean, they have a lot of girls that should be up there, and then obviously I think we have a handful of girls that should be up there as well. I mean, obviously she's had a very good season. Yasna Petrova is coming on very, very well right now, and Anna Matei is obviously she's the reigning WAC champion, and then I think Liza Hazushova should be primed for a great race as well.
Well, Coach, we're looking forward to it. I know it's supposed to be great weather in California, Southern California. I'm told it never rains, so that's a good thing. But I'm going to be able to make the trip out there. Can't wait to be a part of the broadcast and see you guys, and good luck to your teams this week.
Thank you so much. Thanks for everything.
All right, that is Adam Tribble, the head cross-country coach at California Baptist University. Thanks, everybody, for watching and listening to the WAC Podcast.
Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And check out our website at wacsports.com.